Hello YouTube and fellow Star Wars collectors. On this episode of Toys All the Way, I wanted to share my thoughts on the recent special action figure set that was revealed just yesterday, The Journey of Anakin Skywalker. Hopefully you were able to pick one of these sets up today when they went up for pre-order at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I definitely picked up 3 of these sets because I am just over the moon to finally see Anakin Skywalker in his Revenge of the Sith outfit, finally making it into the vintage collection as an updated figure. So this is something that I think a lot of people in the community have been really wanting, and it's nice that Hasbro, surprised us just out of the blue with this release. Not to mention, it feels great to see some more prequel trilogy love for the vintage collection, and also see another heavy hitter off many of our top 25 lists for the SWTVC March Madness brackets. So it's great that we don't have to see Anakin in there anymore. Check off another one of those characters that's highly requested. And yeah, let's continue to see more of these updates and proper figures added to the line. But moving right along, we have a special action figure set which many of us are very familiar with in the vintage collection. I think this is a smart way to get these variants of Anakin out there before their carded mainline releases later on. I also really like these Journey of character selections. Like we got the Jedi Destiny one for Luke Skywalker a while back, and it's only proper to get one for Anakin himself. I also think this is a really neat set to maybe take to a convention and get Hayden himself to sign this, so I did pick up 3 of these, and that's definitely what I'm going to do with one of them. Taking a look at the first version of Anakin that's included in this special action figure set is his Clone Wars Micro Series look. Now this is very similar to the figure that was recently pipelined for his Ahsoka flashback scene, and actually there's been some recent footage showing that they were considering adding the cape for some of those flashback scenes during filming, but I think to be more accurate and closer to the Clone Wars Anakin that we're very familiar with, they opted to not include the cape. So I think that's actually really neat that we're getting this figure because it's kind of a dual purpose figure. It's kind of like a Ahsoka series behind the scenes, but also checks the box for that Clone Wars Micro Series look. Now this is an absolutely amazing looking figure, and I also like that they went back and added the scar on his face, which was missing from that original pipeline release. Now this figure is all new except for the arms, which were originally from VC92 Anakin Skywalker, the Clone Wars release. So it's nice that we're going to be able to retire that figure because this one is just 100% up to modern standards, and I'm definitely looking forward to taking some action figure photography with this figure right here. Moving right along, we have the main attraction from this special action figure set, and it is Anakin Skywalker in his Revenge of the Sith look, which we later saw in the Ahsoka flashback scenes during the World Between Worlds. So this is something that many people have been asking for. Anakin really needed an update. All the figures that we had were definitely outdated and just, suffering from old articulation and just a horrible likeness. And Hasbro really delivered another 375 masterpiece. Now this figure is definitely using some of the parts from the previous one. You can see that the legs are the same, but it does have new arms and a new upper torso. I also want to point out that they opted to use soft goods for the lower tabards on his tunic, which I think are pretty good, and they will definitely have a nice range of motion, but I also think maybe those darker brown pieces could have been the same plastic used for his upper torso, but let me know how you feel about that in the comments down below. Moving on, he has a red lightsaber, which we actually saw him use in the Ahsoka flashback, so this is technically, filling the void for 2 different figures. You're going to get Revenge of the Sith Anakin here with the Sith eyes, but you'll also get, a version that you can use for any kind of Ahsoka scenes or shelf displays that you have with the red lightsaber. So definitely very excited to get this one into my collection. And equally excited to see a proper Revenge of the Sith card with this figure down the line with his blue lightsaber and non-Sith eyes. Moving right along, we have the last figure included in this Journey of Anakin Skywalker special action figure set, and it is the Darth Vader Redeemed look. I think this looks absolutely spectacular. I love the translucent plastic that they used on the helmet, and it has a skull sculpted in there as well, so it really sells that he's being electrified by the Emperor look. I also like the plastic accessories that they included that you can put around him that help sell that electricity as well. And this one is coming with the same severed hand that we got with Darth Vader Death Star 2. So definitely a very creative use of existing assets and figures that we have like this Darth Vader to give us different variations of the character and just help world build our collections in general. And despite this being another Darth Vader being added to our collections, I've got to say that this is actually a really impressive release, and I'm definitely very excited to add this one to the collection. So as I mentioned earlier, I picked up 3 of these sets, and hopefully you were able to pre-order at least one of them today. I think this is going to be a very successful release for the Vintage Collection, as many people who are prequel trilogy fans have been requesting this type of update for Anakin and other prequel trilogy characters in the Vintage Collection. So feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Did you pick this release up? Are you very excited for it? And more importantly, do you think this set will attract casual collectors or prequel trilogy fans who may not be collectors of the 1/18th scale? I want to know your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't forget to drop a like on this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. It really helps and is always greatly appreciated. Thanks everyone, and may the Force be with you.